Cause you know how Fred said, wherever he need to read something, he hit the little thing, and the thing slide open, and he had like 50 glasses in there. He be just going through the glasses, see which one worked the best. That's me.
I want some of the ones with the cameras in them now, just because people have such that fetish for like cum shots on glasses. Like that would be a perfect vantage point.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. That would be a hot type POV. It's just see
It really
from what
would.
I know of you, it'll be kind of hard for the dude and have to stay focused and keep his head down because he's gonna tip their head back at some point, especially when you get the head or what have you. You know,
That's true.
that's why I don't understand why the dude do the GoPro. I be like, dude, unless you got that GoPro that's like right here, like this far away or something, you got it right
Right.
here. At some point, you're gonna tilt your head back because it gets good to you. So,
That is
so,
true.
so, how are you doing today, beautiful?
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah,
To say the least.
Yes, mine been crazy too. Work and dealing with AC problems. Thank God it's not at the
Oh,
height of the summer. So, yeah, it's like it don't
that's true.
drain. It's not draining. So they,
Ooh.
you know how it is. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness. So now, first, I want to start off by saying this, and I just don't say this to everybody. It's very few people. When I retired from porn, I had a bucket list of ladies that one I wanted to work with where I was talent because I did chase you, and I hope you remember me. And go ahead.
I do, and there's a whole backstory.
I already know the backstory because I also know the history. So, but you was, like I said, one of the ones that one I respected the most in the industry, and wanted to work with you because it's not just you had the it factor. It was because like when I look at females I want to work with, I look at their intensity, how they work the camera, how they look at the camera, and you checked all the boxes. Plus that fat ass of yours and that pretty smile, and and like I said, I was like, if I ain't get to fuck them on camera, I would like to mind fuck them with the podcast. And so when I started dealing with porn stars on the podcast, you was, I'm just gonna say this now. I'm not gonna say whether she was number one, number two, and number three, but she was somewhere in there. So and I don't even care why we didn't even work together, because the reason why I say that, I believe things, if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. So even though I didn't get to shoot with you, I got you on my podcast, and that is, to me, still a win. Just as good if I got the opportunity to shoot with you and see that pretty smile, girl. Because you got a pretty smile.
Attempt.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, trust me, I done went through 10 attempts with some people, trust and believe. I'm still going through attempts now. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Honestly, today was another day where I was kind of like, oh my Jesus Christ, I don't know that I can do this tonight. This morning / last night, I got a message from my niece that actually my nephew had overdosed.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and they pulled him off life support this morning.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, baby.
So it was kind of like, am I going to actually be able to sit down and do this? And then it was, I mean, so many issues have come in the way that I need to do this. You know, I need to keep grinding. I know any of my nieces or nephews would never want me to stop with that because they are insanely and oddly proud of me doing what I do.
Oh, yeah.
So
it feels good when you have family that supports it. They're not ashamed of it, and they actually, encourage you.
My youngest niece is the funniest thing in the world. I did her senior pictures before she graduated, and she went to school and like told all of her friends, like, my aunt's a porn star and she shot my pictures. I was like, we live in too small of a state to be doing that shit, girl. Like, but she's so proud. So
And that is beautiful. So hopefully with this interview, we can help you escape for a minute. Smile, be happy. We see that pretty smile of yours and see the wiggle and jigglies and everything. So with that being said, it's time to smoke this over. How you doing, smokers? And welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm your wonderful host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link on mylinks.com/porn rap star. Four sponsors to tell you about. First one being eroticismmagazine.com. Next up, blusherotica.com. For you candle people, the Kinky Candle Company. And for your legal needs, the Queen of Law herself, Mitchell Ferrari. That's right, people. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com. Also at the sgpradio.com. Shouts out to my man, Gerald. And at Nighthawk Sky. God damn it. See, y'all smokers, y'all know. Only a female that I really just find so attractive and have a crush on will make my ass triple like this. So y'all know I'm just through the moon right now. Skyhawk After Dark TV. Now, I got to get this right. Because people, y'all don't understand. She's a fucking legend. She was the queen. She is the queen of the BBW. You want to know why? There's none more decorated than this lady here. Not just nominated, no, award winning. Been on DVDs. Headline many DVDs. Well known, shot many scenes. All your favorite male talents from the past 10 to 15 years, she shot with them. And trust me, her shit still sells today. And she's one of the hottest ladies that's ever done it. One of the best that ever done it. I'm talking about none other. She's the one that always keeps it wet with 3 T's. Lyla Everwettt. Say hello to smokers, baby. Say hello to smokers, baby. I had to give you. Normally I let you.
That was a hell of an introduction.
Yeah, nobody let them introduce themselves. No, not this time. Because like I said, this is one of the ladies that won in the BBW game was trailblazing. Period. Independent from day one, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to begin here. For the years you've been in it, what's the one thing that you love about this business that kept you in this business and kept you going in this business?
I think the confidence that I gained from this business. I mean, the being comfortable with being me and people loving that I was embracing me. Like it seemed like a continuous circle. Like the more people responded to how comfortable I was with my body, the more comfortable I got with it. The more comfortable people, or the more people liked me getting fucked like crazy. I mean, the more comfortable I was with showing it.
It's because for the first time I laid eyes on, I did hit you up to work with you. It was like I never seen a rise. It's very few ladies had a rise as fast and as strong as you had within your first year, as your first couple of months. Seriously, because I looked up, I was like, wait a second, I just saw her, and she's on plumber pants. What the fuck? She'll admit, goddamn.
Which is so funny because people don't know the behind the scenes. Like they don't know that for over 3 years it took me to get on Plumper Pass. So like, I mean, it seemed really quick to everybody else, but like this shit was kind of just steadily behind the scenes, just trying to line things up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, it was honestly.
Yeah. The people realize there's a lot of politicking that goes behind the scenes to get these shoes, to land these big shoes. For real.
Yep, especially when you have a manager and you have a previous name. Like Lyla Everwettt isn't the first name that I've performed under. When I first started, it was through FetLife and Adult Friend Finder. They
Mm.
actually got all the people, my hookups and all that stuff. They were kind of like that pushing force that kind of gave me the confidence to start posting things.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you meet people that claim they're going to be a manager or
Mm-hmm.
however that trap goes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had a whole different persona, not even persona, because it's
Mm-hmm.
me regardless. I've never known how to act. I'm
Mm-hmm.
stupidly genuine. I'm clumsy. I'm goofy.
Mm-hmm.
You see all that in my footage. But I had a whole different screen name and a different site and everything that I was doing before Lyla
Mm-hmm.
Everwettt. And
Mm.
during that whole time, these companies were telling me no, they wouldn't work with me.
Mm. Interesting.
So,
Interesting. So shoot.
yeah.
So you was already doing shoots prior to your name change. Period. So
Mhm.
you was already somewhat camera ready anyway. Period.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So so when you did, what made you do the name change? And also what people can understand for you before you go into that, girls came into business looking for a manager, producer, what have you. It wasn't no you could just do OnlyFans like that or anything like that.
No.
Period. Shit. We wasn't even using cell phones then.
No, not usually, because
No.
the footage would have been awful.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? We was using flip. It was a flip phone with the shit then. I'm like, hell no. So so what made you do the name change?
um, so I ended up linking up with a manager
Okay.
um that kind of turned my life upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I was new, I was naive. I was 22. I
Mm-hmm.
had just split from my kid's dad. I mean, that's the person I lost my virginity to, so I was really just kind of head diving into the whole sex world. I got on Adult Friend Finder, and I think within the first 6 months there, I probably hooked up with at least 200 to 300 people, which,
Mm-hmm.
being in the state that I'm in, is kind of fucking terrible. But they prompted me
You
on
just
to
didn't
vet.
realize you was a swinger at that time, babe. You didn't realize you was a swinger.
I honestly,
Nigga.
I didn't know what that really was until I got
Yeah.
into the industry. And then I was like, oh shit, like I'd already been doing this. um, but then they prompted me onto FetLife, and FetLife, this guy found me, and he actually trademarked my name. He took over the website that I had. It was all under
Ooh.
his name and everything. So when he kind of went crazy and the marriage proposal got denied, um,
Damn.
yeah, yeah, um, I had to kind of fall back for a little bit. And then in the like 6 months that I stopped, I was kind of like, man, like I really loved what I was doing. Like, it felt genuinely like I was able to be me and free.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need to figure out how I can get back in the game. And I just started like looking up different ways to like come up with your own unique name for porn,
Yeah.
and like who had what names. And like, I just wanted to be very separate from everybody and very different. So I ended up coming up with this name, and I started up my Twitter, and it kind of went crazy right off. A lot of people, recognized me from my previous name, so that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of awesome. That like that fan base that I got to carry over.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was just like a whole whirlwind of new people, and then companies were all of a sudden considering me because I didn't have a manager talking for me.
Mm.
That makes a difference.
Let's unpack that real quick because see, I was told this, and this is how I used to work. When I might suggest the girl, but the girl has to talk for herself. And these guys, actually, managers turn many of the companies off because they don't want to deal with the manager, period. Because one, either the manager is going to price her out because he's trying to get that 25%, or he has a bad reputation. So, you know what I'm
The
saying?
second one
So
seems to be the issue.
yeah. So it's kind of like, and two, they just rather talk to the female because, like I said, they don't want to pay him a finder's fee either. Well, no, they used to pay us
No.
finder's fee, but they just didn't want to talk to us because they look at it like this: we're not shooting him, we're shooting her. So
Right.
I'd rather talk to her directly to get a feel for her than me talking through him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, one, it's different between going through an agency back then versus you got a fucking manager.
Well, and that was one of my biggest gripes with this guy at that point, that manager, before I switched over to this name, was he was actually like subcontracting my name out to other girls and like having them respond to people and like having them send underwear to people. And I'm like, no. You can't be doing that. Like, I've presented myself very fucking authentic. What you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. I'm not about to have you tarnish that by fucking doing all this shady shit behind the scenes. Like, no. Mm-hmm. If they want contact with me, like, I want to be able to make that. And it was just a very, looking back, I would say he was probably a pimp, it was just, I was, like I said, very naive. That was my first experience. I didn't realize it. I definitely got a run for my money the first time because this guy was actually involved in cyber crimes.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
You ran to an Andrew Tate, didn't
you? When I decided to part ways, like, he hacked my personal shit. He hacked my professional shit. And like, even to this day, I mean, right now has been the longest span of about a little over a year since he's popped back up. I started over 15 years ago. And still, continuously, he'd pop up. And I mean, I would hear from companies like, we reached out to you. We offered you this, this, and this. And to me, it would be a ludicrous price. And he would tell them no. So then when I switched names and I reached out to certain companies, they were like, well, we tried to shoot you and we offered you this, which was ridiculous for the time.
Yeah.
And you said no. And I'm like, but I didn't.
Yeah. So because and from that lesson, because even with me, the girls that I manage, I told them, no, you talk for yourself. I can't.
Yep.
You got to negotiate the deal. I can't tell them the price.
Absolutely.
Because, and two, also, I didn't get nothing out of her getting it paid. I ain't get nothing out of her getting that money. I already got mine for the finance fee because I connected y'all. I didn't need nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And also then a lot of the managers was also producers, and we kind of helped y'all get your own websites and film and stuff of that nature. So it's kind of like, I'm already getting money because I don't need to get more.
Right.
First.
Well, I mean, it's good that you have that mindset because not all people do. I mean, there's definitely a good amount of people that will nickel and dime any bit that they can get off of a girl. And definitely been in that position too. So it's good to have that outlook that, you got that finder's fee and you're cool with it from there. Because there are some people that just by association, they will make you jump through the fucking hoops.
Yeah. Because to me, even because technically when we was working even back then, it was content trade. Because the producer's not paying you. He just helping you get your content. And he gets to use it. So to me, if I'm getting to use the content that is selling, oh, by the way, she's going to make more money than me. Actually, if you're smart, you can know which scene to post on your site, because all you got to do is watch hers, because you're going to see which one sell.
Right.
You feel me? So to me,
See,
it's
and
kind of like you want her. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's where my initial website deal was a little bit different, because
Mm,
my stuff was not gonna be featured on that site originally.
mm, mm,
That was the original deal. How it turned
mm,
out from our parting, I don't know.
mm,
But the producer that I worked with, that had
mm,
his own site, he also was doing my site, but
mm.
we may have used the same talent, but he didn't put
Yeah,
me on his.
yeah,
Um,
mm,
and that has its pluses and it has its minuses.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
everyone got their way they run their business.
yep,
It is what it is. If it make dollars, it
yep,
makes sense. That's what I say.
that is true.
But it kind of like, but once you got to where you was doing things on your own, because I also noticed there was a separation with you and that said producer at one point, and it seemed like your career, and no disrespect to him, blossomed when you left. You know, I because it
Yeah.
was like it. So with you from that situation, what the things that you took from it that you did moving forward, so you wouldn't fall back.
I mean, I had to kind of learn how to do everything myself. Which, if you know me on a personal level, I hate technology. I hate computers. I hate updating my phone. My phone is an S20. I will run this bitch until I absolutely have to update it because I don't want to learn the new stuff. So having to learn the ins and outs of doing my own site, of editing I hate. It's
Yeah.
the worst thing in the world. um, I kind of learned I had to do a lot more on my own, and
Mm-hmm.
even if I have help in the future, like I need to just
Mm-hmm.
leave it at help. It
Mm-hmm.
can't be I can't be in that type of a situation again,
Yeah.
because that I mean, I was left floundering for a good 6 months, like not knowing what the fuck I was going to do, going
Mm-hmm.
from having all these award nominations and craziness
Mm-hmm.
to I didn't even have a fucking website,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Um, so I kind of had to figure out how to edit my stuff, how to get all of my content that was on that other site back, because like
Mm-hmm.
there was content on that original site that I didn't have anymore because I've had like 4 hard drives crash. So like
That
I
part.
had
That part.
to
Oh God.
I hate electronics. That's probably a good portion of why I hate them so much. I mean, that was just from letting TSA put my laptop through. They knocked my hard drive free
Mm.
and I lost everything that was on it.
Oh,
What do you
trust
do
me,
at
I done
that
lost
point?
hard drives. I done lost hard drives like, and I'm talking about hard drives that got like 100, 200 scenes on there. There's scenes that I still can't get back to this day.
There's stuff that people still send me screenshots of that I'm like, holy
Woo.
shit, I forgot that I even shot that because I don't have access to it. Like, what is this? Where did you even find it? Where can I find it? You know?
No, I'm gonna tell you what's
But
funny. People get mad at bootleg, right? You know how much bootlegging to help me recover so many scenes.
you're not even lying. You're really fucking not, because it has. It really has. There's a lot of stuff that I was like, wow, that was like way back then. And I don't have any copies of this on X, Y, or Z external drive. So let me fucking copy it
Mhm.
here. And it was just, it worked out.
Yes.
But
Hey,
I
thank you,
mean,
X videos.
there is some good benefits to it.
X videos saved me a whole lot. I was like, oh damn. I what the fuck? I was like, thank whoever it was. I sent him a message saying thank you. I'm not even gonna report you, dog. Do what you do with it, nigga. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh my God. So
Is my signal being weird? Because you're glitching all of a
now,
sudden.
what I would love to
I
talk
didn't catch any of that.
about is that your first company, what you shot, time you had to go on the set, right? Paint the picture. Was you nervous? You know, how did the producers and the talent, help you feel comfortable? How was it being on that type of set where you got you get what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like my introduction was a little different because I didn't shoot directly with Plumper Pass. Like I did a
Yeah.
little bit more amateur pro
Mm-hmm.
am shoots first before I ended up to the more polished sets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, I think my first like pro am shoot was with Busty Baby Dolls. Um,
Yes. I
and she was
remember.
amazing. She was so welcoming and just so sweet. She did my makeup, you know. Porter Rock was my talent for that, and he was great. I mean, he showed up, he was very welcoming. Um, it was just a very laid back environment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely different than like Plumper Pass and not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
knowing who you're going into shooting with.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, they both have their pluses and their negatives, you know. Um, it was nice though. It wasn't a super overly polished production. So I mean, there wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
huge amount of lights and camera, you know.
Yeah.
So it was still
Mm-hmm.
kind of homey, you know. You get that amateur feel to it.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it was a nice kind of build up for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because back then, what ladies did was, because even I used to do it with the girls. They shoot down with me to build up and learn how to
Hmm.
work the camera. Then I sent them to like Busty Baby Dolls, period. A clip for you to lick. See, only you old heads know what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Because it was more paid gigs for girls, especially BBWs back then, than it is now. And more spots for BBWs to be seen and noticed than it is now. Period. So
Which is
with
weird.
you, it's kind of like, yeah, actually, because it's still one of the most popular genres that's out there. So you would think it'll be more comfortable than shooting. I digress. You feel me? So, but I do remember that scene with Porter Rock. I remember the faces he made because, see, people, she is one of the nastiest ladies in the game. Don't let the smile fool you. Don't let the smile fool you. And so it's like, how much did porn help you become more sexually open and free
I mean, I
and
think it just kind of
sexually comfortable?
comfortable, I think, was the biggest thing. Like, I think it was already there. It just was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I felt like maybe this isn't normal. Maybe it's not normal to enjoy things as much as I do. Maybe it's not normal to like want to please people the way that I do. Porn kind of
Mm-hmm.
gave me that comfort with like, oh, okay, so this isn't weird. you know. Um it definitely helped. It did. I think for sure doing the whole swinger lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
that helped significantly in itself, but porn just kind of made me feel comfortable in who I was wholly as a person.
Oh, 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 yeah. So my question is this: walking into the game, did you realize at that time how big the BBW genre was or had
No.
become?
honestly, before I started doing everything, I didn't watch porn. I didn't have a clue what was going on. So when
Oh, you
people were
just
like,
straight up vanilla for real.
I
you
really what like
you was vanilla bean. You weren't even vanilla. You were vanilla bean.
exactly. I mean, it was I didn't know what I liked, I didn't know what I didn't like. I didn't know I was a pain slut. I didn't know
Mm,
any of the the levels to my sexuality before diving into the swinger stuff. And then I mean, porn
mhm.
just kind of was like, okay, I actually like having people watch me. Like, okay, I'm all right with this.
Oh yeah. So because even for me, because I was really heavy into the BBW, I knew how big the genre was and it became. That's why I knew your ass was gonna be a star when I saw you.
See,
Now, with that
I
being
didn't.
said, go ahead.
I didn't at all. I mean, when I met DYs, he would talk about other performers that
Mm-hmm,
were like really well known, and I didn't know who they were because I never watched
mm-hmm,
anything, so I had no idea. So when they would say my name with certain girls, and now like knowing those names
yeah,
still and looking up the girls, I'm like, holy shit, y'all put me in their category? Like, wait, what? It still blows my mind.
yeah.
I don't understand
Because
it.
see, because see, it's one thing to be nominated. You have won awards. You feel what I'm saying? And for you, how validating is it when you win those awards? Now I understand we don't get money or anything like that. We get that. But still, to win an award in this industry, how much you it validated that one, you made the right choice, and two, even gave you a little bit more confidence.
I don't even know that it was the confidence that it gave me. It gave me the satisfaction that what I was putting out, people were enjoying as much as I was enjoying doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, especially the interracial awards. I mean, the fact that people could look at my scenes that I had done that were on paid sites and were with
Yeah.
white talent
Mm-hmm.
and could look at my site that was all interracial and they could
Mm-hmm.
tell the difference because they
Mm-hmm.
could see how much I enjoyed things.
Mm-hmm.
That satisfaction that people could see the reality of things and just see how genuine everything was, that was great to
Mm-hmm.
me. Like that's my biggest thing about porn. I think that I've never loved is I hate when bitches act. Don't do it. If the dick is not good, just fucking let people know. That's
Mm-hmm.
a whole other genre in itself. Just
Yeah,
go
actually.
that way. But like
Yeah.
if you are actually enjoying yourself and there's chemistry, like let it
Mm-hmm.
show.
Yeah. Because see, the thing about it is the fans will see it. Period. And that's why I tell people we keep it real here on this show. Content trade shoot is gonna be different than the paid shoot because content trade shoot we choose them and we actually want to fuck them. Let's keep it 100. it 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 helps that they got some cash, but
Right.
we do want to fuck them. Period. So, but what people don't realize is when shit ain't clicking. So with you, how do you react when the chemistry wasn't there or the chemistry took a while within that scene? You feel what I'm saying?
I stopped shooting anything that wasn't genuine to me regardless of pay. I
Okay.
if a company wants to book me for a same color, I guess, scene,
Yeah.
I won't do it
Mm.
because it's not genuine. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not disrespectful to that talent. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that attraction isn't going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a shit actress. Shit. Absolutely horrible. Horrible. The first time ever working with Max Payne, he could tell you it was so bad. He did a
Damn.
robber scene, tried to knock
Yeah.
my ass out. It took me like
Yeah.
fucking 10 seconds to realize, oh shit, I might want to fall down. I can't act. So you're gonna know if I'm enjoying something or not.
Yeah.
So when I started getting feedback from these paid shoots, and they were like, you could tell it just, that wasn't what you were doing. That wasn't what you liked. That was all I needed to hear. I mean, after that, it was like, all right, look, like, I've always wanted to be very genuine. I've always wanted to be true to what I am or what I like. So at this point, I mean, yeah, that little paycheck is great, but it affects my overall brand, and I don't want to do that. That short term isn't worth the overall.
Yeah. And plus, I know now looking at the industry, it kind of was like, damn it, why couldn't y'all be like this now? Back then. Because let's keep it 100. Interracial was not ending. Interracial. No. You, Sarah J, Lisa Ann, there's a couple BBWs. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna give them their props. Platinum Pussy. You, trying to think, just on the interracial tip. April Flores. I can keep going. Y'all was a predecessor for this game.
Peaches LaRue.
Bingo. Yes, I'm trying to remember everybody now. Y'all were the predecessor for this game because y'all were doing interracial before interracial was cool.
When it was still taboo.
Yeah.
When it wasn't what every girl went after to get that bigger paycheck.
Yeah. Oh,
that's my... Ooh, that's a pet peeve.
Hold on. Let me make this clear too. Let me add this to it. The BBWs were the only one doing interracial. The skinny white girls won't do interracial.
Nope, not unless they wanted the whole stigma of it, because then that was all they could do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why girls like Alexis Texas never did it, because it was such a stigma, which it shouldn't be.
No.
Never, ever should it have been.
But porn, the independents was always ahead of the game. Mainstream was always late to the party.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Mainstream was always more trying to be nice and cater to everybody's feelings, rather than being genuine.
Yeah, because when you think about it, I mean, I'm gonna hate to blow your mind with these terms. BBW DVDs was called quota fillers, ladies and gentlemen. So they didn't even consider them their top titles, even though they outsold their top titles. Smoke that over.
It's people. Such a wild transition from when I started to now.
Yeah.
Like, between the factor of obviously social media being so much bigger than when I first started. I mean, Clips for Sale was your main platform when I first started. How many people have a Clips for Sale?
And Southern Charms.
Exactly.
3.
How many people have those anymore? I mean, we all rely on this next trend of a platform, which, how long is that trend going to last? I feel like OnlyFans is just a step away from falling off.
Oh, yeah.
It really,
every day. I said this. The game is going to go back to, this. Back to the .coms and streaming. Where motherfuckers gonna sit and complain, and y'all gonna get mad at me saying this. Y'all gonna want motherfuckers to watch your shit for free, and you're gonna get paid from the views. Because porn is always a step behind music, at the same time a step ahead of music. And porn and music are the two genres that creates the most energy, the most money, and the most and always will be in style, no matter what.
And they're always gonna cross over.
Yeah,
always,
and
always,
they influence
always.
the most stuff because porn influences movies. Why? Because the Hollywood movies, they start look more like porn with the love making.
True. Very true.
So that's why I'm like it. Everybody wants to be a porn star. Now it really became that because think about it. Everybody, it like this. People used to look at like me and you or what have you, be like, damn, they beasts. I can never do what they do. Now they think they can do what we do.
OnlyFans brought a whole different like influx. I mean, they have a whole different mindset. It's very different. It's very hard to like transition from how we were working 10, 15 years ago to their mindset that they have now.
Yeah. It like put it this way, right? I had a conversation. This happened I think last year actually. It was a lady, and I talked about what we had to do to get shoots with ladies like yourself. And I said, y'all don't realize we had to actually show profile pictures to these women. Mm-hmm. She said that was sexual assault. I said, really? She made me.
So what were fluffers considered?
I think fluffers was being. I don't know what the hell. I don't think. That's this generation. I was like, let me get this straight. So you don't want to see what he's working with without him fucking? You know what I'm saying?
But I can believe it.
Yeah. Because see, and the reason why I explained, and someone asked me, well, why did they do that? I said they did it for the women too. Ladies want to see one for us. Did we look good naked? Are we good looking enough? Meaning that, yeah, good looking enough for her to fuck, and she can make money with it. And you had an adequate sized dick. Period.
That is a lot of the thing, because guys will send you body pictures down to their waist and they look great. And then they show up and it's not such a great situation. And then you have to go, okay, so how do I make the most out of this now? So, I mean, asking for the whole deal, I mean, it's no different than a guy asking for it from a female. The difference is we tend to fucking put it out there easier than you guys do.
Yeah.
You'll see every other post on a girl's profile is her pussy, her tits, her ass. Guys tend to block it out. They'll put the little blob or something over it, or they won't post as regularly. So you got to kind of scroll through their timeline to find. We're just more accessible with it. To judge a guy because they're giving you the same amount of information as you've given them and put a label as sexual harassment is wild.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what this girl, you actually, okay, I gotta put this. At some point, you're gonna want to send your dick pic. At some point, you're gonna go look for dick pic, just like she said. So why not just jump through something? This generation, girl. It's this generation. I'm trying to tell you, because it's like even to the point where, like I said, it's so many things that when I retire, I'm retired from it, period. Because it was just like I did my pants. I did towards the end. It was just some say it's time to switch gears, buddy. because it's when it comes down to when you're used to shooting at a certain level, you want to stay at that level. And if I see if I can't get to the level that I want to shoot, I'm done. Period. Because it takes a lot for us to get ready for these shoots, prepare for these shoots, testing, physical, depending upon if ladies gonna do anal, the prep. Speak to that stuff that you had to do.
The testing alone is so insane compared to what it used to be. I mean, $150 was the max, like back in the day, that you would pay for a test. my last test, I paid almost $340. What? For essentially 14 days of people wanting to shoot, because now it's after you get that, after that 2-week window, that people are like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
no. Ours was 30 days. And in some cases, people accepted the health department until the fake test.
The fake test definitely fucked things up, but it's so wild to me where people started getting this shit to begin with. Like, the whole time that I did the swinging stuff, and all those people that I hooked up with in that time frame, I was wildly irresponsible. So bad. Like, something should have bit me in the ass. But it never did. Almost 300 bodies later, and I still don't have anything from swinging. And now you're telling me in an industry that everybody should be testing regularly. I need to test more often?
Yeah, actually.
Make that.
We added testing. I was like, no. When I heard about the swab, I said, well, damn, it got like that now.
So they got me on that first one last year at Exotica, because I don't know how many people are familiar, but I live up in Maine. So Maine, we don't have people that do porn up here. It's not regular. So the places that we have for talent testing, they've maybe done 2, 3, maybe 5 a year. So when that whole swab thing came out, they didn't know anything about it. So I did my testing. Got fucking almost down to Jersey and found out there were swabs that they were supposed to have done. An anal swab that I never got because they didn't know about it. So I wasn't able to use my test to shoot with people because of the whole MGen thing.
Yeah.
And then my test was delayed 24 hours on top of that. I mean, it was never like that fucking 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, because
you get your test the next day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But see, the reason why, because one, like I said, the influx. Because it's not just the porn stars, it's these content creators who want to be porn stars. And I'm not talking bad about content creators. I'm talking about the bad content creators. Okay, but you should not be nowhere near this fucking business in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You know, but see, the reason why, because it became cool to do porn. OnlyFans made it cool, you know.
I fucking hate that.
Hold on. Yes. And I'm about to go there, people. Where else is there for porn to go now?
Pornhub.
No, not sight. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. You do anal?
I actually haven't in a few years.
Okay. How frequent did you hear or see anal scenes?
Not very often back then.
How often do you see the motherfuckers now?
Ridiculously.
That's my point. The stuff that was taboo is now vanilla. Public sex, vanilla.
They're taking that shit to the extreme, though. Like, some of the places that they're partaking in, the environments. Like, I'm a mom, guys. At the end of the day, like, my kid walks by somebody fucking outside, I'm throwing hands with that fucker. I don't care if male, female, I'm throwing hands at both. Like, that's not okay. And these content creators will be doing it fucking right next to a park where there's kids. There's taboo, and then there's just not fucking okay. And they don't have that line.
No, because see, what happened is also porn has now became, I call it the Kim Kardashian method, the Kim Kardashian business plan. That's what a lot of these girls are trying to do to a certain extent. They want to go viral off of that porn scene,
Mm-hmm.
period. Because even when I hear some of the interviews on some of the other podcasts, like on YouTube, the first
Mm-hmm.
thing come out of their mouth, yeah, that scene went viral.
I hate
So,
that word.
and, yeah, and then when they tell me what the scene is, I was like, okay, so you was in the Walmart in the milk aisle, got them getting doggy style.
It, yeah, I feel like content creation, they're hitting that line where it's not entertaining. It's just downright not fucking okay. And they don't care as long as it runs up numbers.
See.
I may be a porn bitch. I may spread my legs, fucking left, right, fucking up, down, whatever. But at the end of the day, I still have a moral compass.
Yeah. Because, see, I think, one, the era we came from, damn, it feel good to talk to somebody from my era. God, it feel good to talk to somebody from my era. God. No disrespect to any of the older ladies, Gil, Mills, Webb, no. That came in during my era. And sometime when I was filming, God, it was, y'all just don't know. We used to film for the purpose of DVD. So we did the scene to a certain
Mm-hmm.
quality. We did role play. We did this. We did that. You feel me? You did pretty girl pictures. You always had professional looking pics.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It's to the point that sexiness left the building. Because these ladies forget that you're a sex symbol and they don't know how to move like one.
No, no, not at all. It's it's definitely wild to see what a change, not even the 15 years, but like the last 10 years has made, really, since the introduction of OnlyFans. And like you made the point earlier about music.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it back to that. Girls like Megan Thee Stallion mentioning OnlyFans in her music. That's what brought all these fucking people to that goddamn platform. And it made it popular.
Yeah, I don't
But
really want to go into. Go ahead.
they're not looking at the long term of it. Like there's no longevity
Mm-mm. 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 See,
to it. They're just looking for the quick viral. What?
Yeah, because to me, I did a whole deep dive when it came to that, and that to make a long story short for you smokers, y'all already know how I feel about that. Well, I think OnlyFans and some of the people that was culprits that the OnlyFans used to get you fucking sucked in. They used Miss B Nasty and what's his damn name, Jimmy Smack, to pull in their celebrities. Once they got the celebrities made everybody else want to come in, as well as Miss B Nasty,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Jimmy Smack. No disrespect to them, but you can tell by the algorithm, news stories. Every time, every girl that went on there talk about how much they made money. Before that, it used to be escorting, porn. OnlyFans, I made 6 figures. What? And we all know why the girls with OnlyFans. Do you want me to get real? And I want your opinion on this. They went to OnlyFans for this one reason, right? Because I think you was around for the Bush recession, right? You was in the game
Mm-hmm.
around that time, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how everyone flocked the back page and Craigslist because they didn't want to do porn because they didn't want their face seen, right?
Yep.
OnlyFans has a paywall you can't look past. They should pay for it.
OnlyFans
These,
all of a sudden went bang as soon as Backpage went. Boop.
and with the thought process of ain't nobody gonna know because it's behind a paywall.
Right, because that works nowadays.
So, oh my God. And that was a conversation I had with somebody. The biggest get over for a porn star is getting over the fact that everyone's going to find out.
Mm-hmm. And that, so I guess I'm kind of a different one in that factor. So I have, God bless her, she passed away last year, but my grandmother had, when I first started, accused me of flat out just being a prostitute. And I'm like, look, this ain't what I'm doing. Like at the start, I wasn't seeing clients like that. Like I was doing it to be doing what I was doing. So it put me in a position where I had to be very open with my whole family. So my family all knows what I do. So XYZ coming to me about seeing me on the internet, I don't fucking care.
But see, people don't realize this. How the girls did that? Because let's keep it 100. The Hollywood pay wasn't as good. You got to fund the trips.
For real.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. And the fans ain't coming to get autographed. They're not. No, they're not. I'm gonna take my glasses off for you people. They're not coming to get an autograph. No, they might take pictures. Now they do a video, but they're not coming to get autographed, dog. They coming to see what and experience what they saw, and I don't need to say no more. Okay. I just wanted y'all to understand so y'all get clarity. But
because there's so many girls that will say that's not the case. I get it's a taboo thing to get into because of the whole fucking politics of nowadays and sex trafficking and blah, blah, blah. But most of us that got into porn, I mean, we dealt with escorting before in some capacity or another.
You got this city. I don't see how anyone have an issue. And people love the city girls, and that what the city girls was representing. I'm just saying, it's like how y'all going to champion the thought of it, but don't champion somebody that's in it. It's like, yeah, we all a prostitute to one a real prostitute walk in the room. Really, people?
Music and porn. I mean, people just they don't realize how fucking close they intertwine. It's ridiculous. I mean, the amount of rappers that will try to get in with porn stars and want to do videos or do videos, but don't show their face. Off the charts, off the fucking charts.
I'm sure you had a couple of rappers that don't throw their dick in either direction.
So, with all this whole Diddy fucking controversy that's going on, making the band, the original one.
Okay.
Do you remember the obnoxious guy, Choppa?
Yeah.
Oh. He was the first rapper that ever reached out to me, and he wanted to be my pimp. In retrospect, now given everything that's come about with Diddy, he must have had a hell of an example to go by.
Okay, people, hold on. I want y'all to reflect on this. Let's smoke this over for a minute. She done touched the Diddy case. Hold on. Do you know how bad of a chick you gotta be to get one of the bad boy people to contact you to be a pimp for you? I don't need to say no more. I'm just gonna smoke my cigarette so y'all can understand how bad of a chick that I've been chasing to shoot with all those years, and now you understand why.
He was the first person that reached out to me and like introduced the idea to me, and I was like kind of dumbfounded by it because I mean that was my generation. Like I watched Making the Band religiously. So I was like, wait. And then the more he'd talk, the more I was like, this ain't a good deal.
Yeah, because people don't realize also, it's like this. I tell females, you are a brand. It's okay to expand your brand, to expand what you do with your brand. You know, period. I even discuss girls looking at opportunities outside of the adult business. You know what I'm saying? By the way they move within with social media and stuff like that. So with you,
Yep.
how have you been able to adjust throughout the years? Because some of the people that you came in with ain't in no more, they can't hang.
It's definitely wild to see the some of the people that have hung on and the others that haven't. I mean, there's a lot of people that were big when I started that I never would have thought would have fallen off.
Mm.
Um, I hate to say it, but social media is that fucking evil wench in the corner that it's gonna make or break us. I mean, it's one I
Yeah.
fight with constantly. I hate the idea of having to update people on my day-to-day life or on what I look like day to day. Like that concept is so wild to me,
Yeah.
but that's what everybody wants now.
Yeah, because it's like, but see what ended up happening. It's like I said, anybody, the way the industry moves is like put it this way, we're more of a reactive than a proactive in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Because let's
Yes.
keep it 100. Because I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening. I don't know if you noticed. All the other genre of chicks are now doing what we do and coming to our spots. If you got IG models and Exotica and girls got, and I tell people, girls, even IG models, your favorite IG model, she got a dick suck video somewhere on her shit.
Oh yeah.
Some things she do. You know,
And
so
even if
it's
she
like,
didn't 10 years ago, she does now.
yeah. So it's kind of like it became a part of the repertoire. It's like
Yep.
they're doing everything to take the glitz and glam and the shine off their porn stars. That's what it feels like at times.
It does.
So, but
It does.
so it's like this. So I gotta ask you a couple of questions because I always gotta ask these questions, and my fans always love these questions. So we already discussed this. She does, ain't it? So now if I'm correct, you have done a game bang in your career.
Um See, I think it got qualified as it, but it was technically only 3 guys, and I think one was kind of like a submissive role, so he was kind of tied up half the scene and didn't partake. So I feel like a gangbang is still something I haven't really done.
Okay, but with one, that sounds an interesting scene, and damn. That's it. I'm sorry, BB the
My
male guy. I
biggest
would have been so turned on just by the thought of this dude tied up and have to watch. That's
well, that
beautiful
was, I mean,
cuckage.
it was definitely a very different concept because that was like 12, 13 years ago. So that was still kind of new into the whole cuckolding
That's what
being
I'm saying. The
prominent.
trendsetter didn't even know it. I
I
know you
guess
look at
so.
shit, be like, I just done that. That's old. That's so 2012.
Gangbangs are such a weird situation for me because, like, I feel like the male talent that I vibe with the most tend to be the more dominant personalities,
Mm-hmm.
and they tend to not be the ones that you can get all together. So I haven't been able to get more than 2 or 3 guys in an
Mm-hmm.
area that are not weird about it or possessive or
Mm-hmm.
just act. It ends up weird.
Yeah. Now, I mean, have you ever like went into content houses to where like with Team VP or any of those? Because I know a lot of those folks. Oh, there goes the face right there. I ain't gonna say nothing. I just know some of the content houses you might run into enough dudes to might can pull that off. I would just whether they be able, thought about going into content houses.
Team VP as a whole doesn't like me. That goes back to some previous webmaster and all kinds of
Uh,
craziness.
See,
Um,
people, but before she finished, I know the backstory. I just ain't saying that. It just, this ain't the premium smoke room. Now the people in the smoke room, all bets off. Names get named. No, nothing personal. But go ahead.
Other than that, I mean, it's just in content houses, it's a matter of I'm so fucking old school. Like, I'm not gonna do that fake cum shot stuff. So if we're doing a gangbang, I'm getting the real fucking deal. You're not giving me a fake cum shot, and you're not coming. That's not an option. If we're doing this, I'm getting the cum.
That's why I wanted to shoot with her. That's why I wanted to shoot with her. She just keep me. She might be the right. She might get me out of retirement. She's probably the only one that could probably get out of retirement. But anyway, but like I said, so of course I think you have done some BDSM work, fetish work on that level.
Yes.
Yes. So for you, it's like this. To me, it seemed like the scenes that I saw that you version was the ones where it was more sensual. You know what I'm saying? Slow and methodical. So for you, does those type scenes get you off on set more so than the other shit?
I'm so much more of the rate to it, and I don't care about the build up. Like, I would just rather be able to walk on the set and drop pants and get right to the dick. Like, I don't like the build up, honestly. Like, I want hands on. I want, if that's the other person's hands on me, mine on the, like, I don't care. I just want contact.
Well, I mean, we'll see. The build up can be the contact. You feel what I'm saying?
It can be. It can be.
It can be. It's just how you do it. Because even to the point where, like, even with me, scenes that I would call straight fuck scenes, right? I didn't want to start off with you just sucking my dick, I'm just eating the pussy. No, I wanted it because it's about, for me, it's energy. Because I feel that when what sells the scene is the energy that they get from it. That's why the nastiest, the sloppiest, the wettest, the dirtiest scenes will always sell because it generates the most energy that draws them in when they're watching. That's why I always love the female that was intense sexually. Yes, I want you to fuck me till I ball up in the corner. That's the point. You really say, now that ain't gonna happen. I'm just saying, but
that's a weird thing to say.
I want you to try. I'm just saying that's how hard I wanted to go. Just to give you an example. And to me, it's kind of like that's part of the reason why I think you won awards. Because it's like I tell people, it's not just the way you fuck, it's the way you look while you fucking. And you was one of those ladies I felt that mastered it. So for you, speak to learning your angles when it comes to working that camera.
That was honestly more feedback from people than anything. I mean, listening to different fans talk about what they liked was kind of what made me more open to different angles in shooting. And I definitely need to get more into the POV. That's something I haven't touched in enough to, but I also haven't dealt with enough people that shoot that way. But I feel like the fan interaction, the fan feedback has always dictated a lot of how I shoot. The more different angles they want to see, the more close up, further back, barefoot, thigh highs. I mean, I always try to take that stuff into consideration when shooting, but it's been a learning process getting used to the different angles, and especially shooting without somebody, setting up a tripod and shooting myself. That's still new. I'm still trying to figure that out.
People don't realize how hard a solo is to make.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of it. So people, I done held this gorgeous lady up here for an hour, and I ain't even touched the surface with her. You feel me? I mean, really, we have not touched the surface. So I got to ask her the $1 million question. Can I call you a smoke buddy?
Yes, absolutely.
Say no more, people. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge. And for my premium smokers on Loyal Fans, I will be bringing her over to the premium smoke room. That's right, people. I'm talking about 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, plus special event episodes that I'll be dropping, known as the VIP Smoke Room. And when I do live shit on X, it's gonna play back on there. And let me tell you what happens. It gets provocative, gets unpredictable, gets crazy, gets more uncensored. The conversation gets saucier. The tits come out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. Oh, and just in case you want to see my work and me giving the work to some of them ladies, check out the Triple X store over there. You feel me? Plus, for my Spotify users, I really, really got you. Check out Savage Smoke as I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers as we give you that real smoke about the industry from a male's perspective. Plus, over 400 episodes that you can binge, listen to, or watch, ranging from limited podcast series that I did in the past, premium smoke podcast episodes that's not on Loyal Fans, and little other special stuff that I'm gonna do for y'all over Spotify. So either way, you got 2 ways to get it: either go premium or be a savage. It's up to you. So with that being said, Miss Sexy, Sexy, Sexy Everwettt, can you please tell everybody where they can spend money on you and find you, baby?
Right now, unfortunately, it's mainly OnlyFans, or ManyVids, but Lyla Everwettt, irregardless. I do have a new website that's in the works, so hopefully that'll be up within the next month or so. Yeah, I had to do another website. Somebody sniped my name. The wonders of this business.
You ain't lying. This game can be dirty sometime. So with that being said, what did we smoke over today and what did we learn? Because I got to give y'all the final lesson. The lesson is that it takes a special person to make it to 10 years, 20 years of being in this business. You have to learn to evolve and adjust because the game is always changing. And if you're not learning how to change with it and adjust to it, you're going to be left in the shuffle. But also you got to be mindful of never lose yourself in the process of this. Because at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, am I proud of what I've done in this business? It ain't about pride of or being shameful that you're doing the business. No. Did I do my best in this business? Did I give my best in this business? Because if you question that, then that means you got a lot of work. Because it's not about awards. It's not about, it's about some money. I ain't gonna front. But it's also about respect. Respect when it comes to this game. Then when they see you walk on the tech, when they see you walk on the stage, when they see you walk on the set, they already know what it is, people. It's called establishing your reputation. And this lady here is one of the baddest that ever had done it. So I just want to say first, before I close this out, I want to say thank you for coming to the Premium Smoke. Excuse me. I'm jumping ahead. Thank you for coming to the Smokers Lounge. I am so blessed to have you, baby. And my platform is open to you, baby. You can come back, and I plan to bring you back. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to come, all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Say no more. So with that being said, people, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him.
Bye.